This is Zach with the Jam Space Podcast, and my guest today is Joey Rudell from Fuzz Evil out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. They just released a video for a Beatles parody called All You Need Is Fuzz. I'm sure you can figure out what song they're making a parody for. The video is great. I enjoyed it very much. It put a smile on my face. It was a breath of fresh air when times are so serious all over the place. So, without much further ado, let's get into the episode. This is Joey Rudell from Fuzz Evil. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for agreeing to come on here in such short notice. And this is a little different from all the other episodes that I've done because unlike everybody else that I've interviewed up till now, you and I have never met. So this is my very first time.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Can you start off by telling us a little bit about Fuzz Evil?
Dude, absolutely. So, Fuzz Evil is for a three-piece fuzzy band from Southern Arizona. So we're down in like the Tombstone area, in Sierra Vista.
Yeah,
all the way next to the border.
I was thinking that you guys were down by Bixby.
Yep. I'm like 20 minutes from Bisbee. I went to high school in Tombstone. Our whole band is from here. So yeah, I guess we're a little bit a part of the Old West, the stubborn part of Arizona. I guess it comes out in the music a little bit too. But yeah, between Fuzz Evil, like, so my brother and I, we're the ones who like kind of really kicked it off, and we also have Powered Wig Machine, which is our other band. So, you know, between the two bands and all the other random stuff, like Wayne and I continue. We're in the middle of a million different projects. So that's kind of where we are.
Are you guys like the only band down there in that area? Is there?
No, there's actually a few bands. We're the only stoner rockish and like desert rockish type band down here, though. But there's definitely some other bands down here. Fading Point's down here, and got just a bunch. You know, there's I'll not say a bunch. I'm sorry. I'm from a small town, right?
Yeah, well,
so when I say a bunch, I mean 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm not even native to Arizona. I'm from Texas originally. I've been out here in the valley about 3 years. So, I don't know much about it either, you know. So I'm just now learning about all the little pockets of this place. It's really a beautiful state. And
oh, dude, you can just drive anywhere here and find something cool. It doesn't matter if you're in like, you know, just all the small cities, like Bisbee, like you mentioned down here. It's a destination. It's like a cool little city built in a valley with like bars lining it and like houses like up the all the way up the mountain. It's just insane. And there's pockets of little cities like that all through Arizona.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Are you familiar with Doug Stanhope, the comedian?
Yeah, he's down here in Bisbee.
Yeah, he lives down there. I've heard that it's got like a bit of a reputation for being like a weird place, like artistic kind of place.
Dude, I have so many stories of playing shows in Bisbee that are just insane. I once saw a mouse standing on top of a cat's back, standing on top of a walking dog's back.
Okay.
I'm just the random stuff that happens in Bisbee. You're just like, you can't make it up. It's just insane.
So does that have like, so in Sierra Vista, is it kind of the same, like a little artistic culture over there?
Nah, bro. It's a retirement community with a military base.
Got you. Because I was trying to see if like maybe that has something to do with your guys' sound and stuff. Because it seems like y'all are the only like you said, you're the only kind of stoner rock band down in that area. And you guys seem to have like you kind of have that weird vibe to you too, man. Like I've seen some of your videos and stuff. Like you guys get fun and you're having some fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, there's 2 facets of music I find in my life, and this applies generalistically to everything. You have very serious music and very technical music. It kind of go hand in hand in some cases. And then you have more emotional music and more lighthearted music, right? And they can kind of be mixed around here and there, but in the end state of it, I play music. I'm a lifer for playing music and being involved in the music community. And for me, it's about having fun. And you can take your music seriously without having to put out this insanely serious content. Sometimes you just want to have fun, something you can put on and just have a smile on your face while you're listening to it instead of like having to be so intently focused, right?
Absolutely. And that brings us to your video you guys just dropped. All You Need Is Fuzz. I really enjoyed that video, man. I didn't know what to expect. I saw you guys promoting it. You had the cool Valentine card thing. And I actually sent a few of those out to a lot of people on Instagram.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I thought it was a very creative way to promote that.
Yeah, we had a blast with making that thing. I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
So I'm watching the video, and it looks like you guys are in the Beatles video, man. And it just brought a smile to my face, dude. It's super lighthearted. Everything's been so serious lately. And it was just refreshing, dude. It was like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, look at these guys, man. Just having fun with it. And you changed it up. It was like a parody of the Beatles. I mean, how did that come about?
So, honestly, it started because we had another video. I can't remember what video it is. Something probably off our last release for Fuzz Evil, and somebody commented on the YouTube video, "All You Need Is Fuzz." And we've been laughing about this for probably a year since we saw I don't know who that person is. I probably should go find that video and put the link in the comment and be like, the only reason we did this is because of your YouTube comment, right? Say, this is why commenting on videos is important. No, I'm just joking. I gotta plug it there. All right. But so some guy commented on it and said, all you need is fuzz. And so we were just and our drummer is a huge Beatles fan, right? So we've been talking about it for a while to redo it. I got the idea of the video because I just wanted to I don't know. Did you know that original song that they recorded it live on television? In the time, that was pretty wild. But they recorded it live on television
for the album.
That whole thing you're watching is a live take, pretty much, of the recording of the song.
Oh wow!
So I thought it'd be fun to do kind of an ode to what they did at the time, which is very novel, as well as kind of make fun of it because the 60s was an interesting 60s and 70s was an interesting time, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, most of the music that I listen to on a regular basis is from back then in those days, Yep. So, you guys got the outfits, man. You all look like the Beatles and shit. Did you
got a lot of?
Even when it was splicing with the footage of the dentist, I think it was a dentist. He's working on somebody's tooth, and then they're all holding up the signs. All you need is fuzz. Everybody's got the signs.
You know who that dentist is?
No.
That's Todd. That's the owner of Ripple Records.
No way.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching that closely.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people in that video. Actually, there's who else is in there? Kyle from Mothership.
Okay.
And Paul Fig. So he's the producer of Alice in Chains. He's in there.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah, there's a lot of really weird stuff going on there. Actually, so I put about 20 Easter eggs in that video. So if you watch it, go and look at the background. All the stuff happening in the background. And the first one, I'll give you a hint. The very first one is the first 10 seconds of the song. And if you look at the original Beatles video that we transitioned from, one of the signs actually says, all you need is fuzz, not all you need is love.
I saw that. And I was, keep going. I'll ask in a second, man. What else you got about the Easter eggs, man?
Oh, there's a bunch of crazy ones. I'll give one more of them, then you guys can all find them yourself. But one of the videos, there's a picture of Einstein in the background, and if you watch the video closely, he blinks his eyes at you.
Wow. I saw the
There's a lot of little crazy
sign
things
on
going on in
there.
there.
All you need is fuzz, and I'm like, how did they do that? You know, because that's obviously old footage from the Beatles. So great work, man. Good editing. Did
Right.
you did all the? So you did everything for this video, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. Since we're our drummer's out in Vegas, um, and working and living out there. Plus, throw a pandemic on top of everything. So we just kind of have found a way to adapt, right? So that whole thing was, I kind of built out some maps in a DAW, and I started sending stems out, and everybody kind of recorded their own parts, sent them back musically. I kind of did the mix and master. Not going to say I'm great at that, but I did an okay job. And then same with the video, right? I think my wife was gracious for letting me turn our living room into a Beatles set for a week. Then everybody showed up and gave them some cool outfits, and we just kind of rocked, right? Put a good plan together, and it kind of happened very smoothly.
That's great,
And then
man.
I edited it. Yeah, I did the editing too. Yeah.
I just recently had the same undertaking for cuz like just like you said with the pandemic and everything, my band is kind of spread out too. My drummer lives in Yuma, and
Yep.
we don't get to jam as much, so I've been doing some solo stuff. I play all the instruments on. And I wanted to make a video like that too, but I lately, like in the past, I've paid a lot of money to make videos, but this time I wanted to make it myself. Kind of start focusing on saving some money and try to do what I can myself. And my wife
I would,
helped me too.
anybody who wants to do that, I would easily recommend it, right? Because, I shot that whole thing with a new Android phone, right? Some Galaxy 20 Note or whatever, because it shoots in 8K, right? So I could bump it down to 1080p, and I got three times the real estate of whatever I'm shooting to actually work within zooms and movements. And it's just gotten so much easier to kind of do a lot of this stuff yourself and not have to rely on somebody else's timeline and artistic knowledge and whatever, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then if you like, for instance, I buckled down and bought a DSLR, not a nice one.
Yep.
It's like a T7, but it's the Japanese one, so it's like a 400D or 4000D or some shit like that. But
Right.
it's essentially a Canon T7, and
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
great, right?
Yeah, man, I got that, and now we can make videos from now on. And just like you said, it was a family affair. My wife went out with me and helped me film it and stuff, and then I brought it home and edited it. I bought Vegas Movie Pro because I don't want to be at the mercy of Adobe, man, paying their subscription every year.
Oh, it's worth it though. And it's funny, right? Like, so I just put a video together for a band called Lewis. It's an artist. He was recorded by Paul Fig. He's that guy, the producer of Alice in Chains. He's an engineer out in L.A. Was working with Lewis, who was the guitarist of oh God, I feel super bad now. He was in a famous band back in the. I'll get to it in a minute. But he was like, "Hey, can you help us make a video?" And really, I was like, over the phone, I just told them what to shoot. And again, they shot it with their phone, and kind of editing it all together was super simplistic, right? And I think that's kind of the key to it is that we can, to make it easier. There's a little work up front to learn how some of these two tools work, but in the long run, it gets easy after that.
So, do you have a history in making videos or like film and stuff, or do you just picked it up along the way?
Oh, by the way, Lewis he was the lead singer of the Kinnisons. Do you remember the Kinnisons?
No, man, I'm not familiar with them.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So I did kind of. So I like a long time ago. I used to make music videos to weddings.
Okay.
Yeah, right. A little weird. I worked at some video, like a little production shop, and people would have us come shoot their weddings, and I would like distill it down to 3 to 4 minutes and kind of make some sappy love videos.
Nice.
Like music videos. But, back then, it was a lot harder working from tape and doing a lot of other stuff. But I just kind of retained the skills and never really wanted to do video work professionally ever again in my life. But it's still useful, right?
Yeah.
The more you can do yourself as a band, the better you are. Better off you are, right?
For sure, yeah, man. You got to save some money somewhere.
Yeah, I bought an embroidery machine. We make our own patches, made our own lighters.
That's really cool, man.
Done like DIY, 100% DIY.
I got my wife a Cricut for Christmas, man, and she's been. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like a vinyl cutter.
Oh yeah, dude.
And we've been going haywire with that thing over here.
You gotta hire her, dude. Make you some merch.
Right? For sure, man. So, do you record all your own stuff as well?
So, no, only recently, right? I'm just super stoked, right? That last album we put out, that's where how I got hooked in with Paul hooked me up with getting with Lewis, and we were doing that video, and showed up in our video. It's because we actually hired him to record us our last album, and we got to record it actually Studio 606, so the David Grohl studio, and it was insane. That whole thing was insane. Just a bucket list item. His MTV Music Awards was a toilet paper holder in a bathroom, and just memorabilia all through this entire hidden studio.
Did you guys record on that mixer, that Sound City mixer?
Yep.
That's awesome.
And that mixers, and I got pictures. I'm like such a whore for sharing that stuff. I feel like someone showing pictures of their children.
Right.
I got to record on this board.
Well, dude, they recorded fucking Nevermind. Sorry.
Amp.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. And I got to record on the same amp as John Paul Jones did from Zeppelin, because I brought my amp SVT, and they wanted to use this other one, and I don't know, it's just crazy, dude. There's just so much history in that studio.
How amazing!
Can't even take it all in.
Was it the amp he was using for the Them Crooked Vultures stuff, or what?
Yeah, for the Them Crooked Vultures recording.
I love that album, man. They keep talking about making a new one, so hopefully we'll see it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that album was iconic, right?
Oh, dude, every song on that album is a banger, dude, all the way through.
Absolutely.
I have gone to the Crass out here, the recording school out here, Crass, in Tempe.
Oh, cool.
And we've recorded over there, and they got a mixer in there, and there's a big, long list of all the bands that have recorded on this mixer. They got Metallica did And Justice for All in there, and then Primus, and fuck, dude, I can't even remember now, but it's always cool when you're touching a piece of equipment that these guys have recorded on and shit.
I know, it's a strange feeling. And you know what? I've learned even more after working that album with Paul that, you know what it is, man? 90% of it is the engineer. I mean, those guys are insane. These people who do this stuff for a living, and just watching a good engineer work, it's just kind of mystifying. Definitely after dabbling in some of this myself and doing what I would almost call demos versus what you can get engineered properly and recorded from somebody who knows what they're doing. But those watching a good engineer work is like magic, man.
Oh yeah, dude. And so who engineered your stuff whenever you were recording over there at 606?
Paul Fig. Yeah, he used to work at Sound City as well back in the day. So he's intimately familiar with that board. I think the board lit on fire at some point in the middle of our recording.
Wow, man, that's too much fuzz.
Some of those Neve modules they had to rip out. The thing's so old.
Wow.
Sounds great though.
So did you ever brush shoulders with Jerry Cantrell or anybody?
Nah. So I guess so I know Paul's constantly working with all them stuff, but no, I never got to see him. Didn't get to see Grohl either. apparently he likes to come into a studio when people are recording in there, but they were on tour when we were recording, so
Nice.
unfortunate. It would have been really cool to kind of, it's like my hero.
So I know things have been slow with this past year with as far as live entertainment.
That's real.
Everything's starting to open up a little bit now. You guys got anything planned for the near future, or are you just riding it out?
Nah, things are opening up, but I'm still a firm believer that if we're gonna stop this pandemic, then we kind of need to buckle down a little bit. And as much as I want to play a show, I also don't want to be the reason that people gather at this point, right?
No, I understand for sure. What about the other fronts? Are you guys writing new material, or do you got any kind of things going on, or are you just everybody just taking a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we've been busy. So we released 2 videos so far within the last year. We did a remake of a song, Better Off Alone, that we released on a Ripple split. And then
was that the split that you had with Switchblade Jesus?
Yep.
Yeah, those are my buds from Corpus. I used to live down there in Corpus Christi, so that's
nice.
Yeah,
I love those guys.
It's really cool to see everybody, like all the connections in the
The music community is kind of smaller once you get like down to it, right?
Yeah.
You end up like knowing all these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took us through Texas. Our first time through Texas when we toured out that way. Switchblade and Mothership played a few shows with us.
Yeah, the things he's doing with his pedals and stuff, man. I'm really proud of him.
They've been working their butts off.
Yeah.
And he's a great graphic designer too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're I can't wait to see what else they come out with too. But that whole Texas crowd is pretty amazing. Like the Low Fat and Mothership and all those guys, that whole circle of great bands and great people.
My boys in Holy Death Trio out of Austin, man, they just signed with Blasco with what he's doing over there with Ripple.
Nice, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going down. It's funny, that's right, we've been in the pandemic and people haven't been playing shows, but there's actually still a lot going on the other side, and maybe it was a good break for some of these folks to actually kind of look inward and figure out how we can be productive when it's not just about pushing a show, right? And I think that's a great thing. I mean, there's been a lot of ingenuity that's come out of the last year, and you give somebody a piece of crap, and they'll try to find their way to work around it. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good testament of the will, like the human will, man. I mean, you're in the podcast, you said, when we were talking earlier. I don't know if you're familiar with Andrew Schultz and them. I mean, I love all the comedians and stuff, but like Andrew Schultz is one of the guys that just had a massive come up during this pandemic, Right.
I haven't really listened to any of his stuff. My brother has, though. My brother's all into all that stuff.
Yeah. Cool, man.
I get more into my music podcast,
Yeah.
Something I can put on. More my thing.
What are some of the podcasts that you're listening to right now?
I've been listening to all the stuff that's getting put out by. What's his name from Vegas?
John Gist. Yeah.
Well, John T. I've been listening to all the Doomed and Stone show stuff.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah,
I've been really enjoying all the
Stone
Doomed and Stone show.
Blasco's got his own.
Go ahead.
Blasco has his own as well now, called Volume Forever.
I'll have to check that out. Volume Forever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm always down to find something new,
I'm actually going to be talking to John later on today, man.
Oh, that's good. John's great people.
Oh, yeah.
We went out and we went out and played a bunch of shows for him in Vegas, and then I've done some art for him, done quite a bit of art for him as well.
Let's talk about that. So you do graphic design as well, huh?
I sure do. Mostly show flyers, though. Well, we did that whole Ripple split, that the second coming of Heavy. Myself and my business partner Carrie Olage did those, all 10 of them. And honestly, she's the real beast there. She's an amazing artist. I kind of like this more Art Nouveau hippie, the old Fillmore
Yeah.
Type posters and stuff. The stuff I do is more like that. But she, the details and all the crazy stuff that we did for that full 10 project of for Second Coming of Heavy. A lot of her, I did more coloring than art on those, but.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of your
absolutely.
stuff has that kind of old school, like almost silk screen poster stuff,
Absolutely, yep.
Hell yeah! And you run a festival as well down there?
Well, we did. So we did 2 years of it. Had some great participation. We had so we did 2 years in Tucson, and we were going to run the third year, and we were going to do it in Bisbee, but like our venues fell out, so we had to pull out. So we just haven't re-upped it, but we get, oh my God, the amount of people telling us to reset up the Borderland Fuzz Fiesta is insane. We just get pinged about it all the time. But it's a lot of work to run a festival, man.
Absolutely. We recently, I played the Planet Mammoth Fest up here in Tempe. I don't know if you guys heard about that. And
I've heard of it. I haven't been to it, though.
Yeah, it was the first year in 2019 before COVID. I mean, last year. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up. Last year in 2020 was the first year. It was like the very last thing we all did before COVID fucking happened. And that's Chris Beck. He has a music industry podcast you should check out as well. And it's like a doom and stoner podcast called Doom Tomb Podcast.
And you're gonna have to send me a list of the stuff after all this, and
I will for sure. And Chris is out. He's out here, and I believe he lives in Tempe or Mesa or something. And he has been doing this podcast for a while, where he was going to the shows and then catching these bands afterwards and doing interviews with them. And
oh, that's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's and we have a Shay Smith who's down here. He's more of a photographer, but he's planning on getting into that stuff a lot more too, because he's done a lot of interviews with bands. He's insane. That dude, you'd be surprised, as a photographer with a portfolio, if you just reach out, what bands will let you take pictures of them. But he's been back with Ghost and just a bunch of bands, and just all he was like, "How did you do that?" He's like, "I just asked."
It's surprising. There's always a lack of photographers, I think, especially in the local scene. There's almost nobody there documenting it with a good camera and stuff. I mean, everybody's got phones in their pockets. But
right.
When I would go back in East Texas where I'm from, we'd always see this one cat. He'd come to all the shows with a nice camera and stuff, and then you'd be able to find, if you played that night, you could guarantee that you'd see a badass picture of yourself a week later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that, dude. I'm totally with you. I remember we were we played a show in Sacramento, and it just all the planets aligned that night. It was probably a couple years ago, and so. Are you familiar with Matt Alchemy, the Liquid Light show?
Oh yeah, man. They did the Earthless concert when I seen them over here.
Right. Yeah. So I'm good friends with them, and he's in Sacramento, is where he lives, and so we were just going to set up our show, and I invited him. I was like, "Hey, you want to come hang out?" And as we were loading in, all of a sudden he's loading in all this Liquid Light show stuff, right?
Nice.
And so he just surprise sets us up with a Liquid Light show that night, and
nice.
And then this photographer hits us up and goes, "Hey, see you guys are in town. I was wondering if you want to get some pictures, and you can just we can work out some pay, if you like the stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, great. It's turning into a pretty amazing show, right?" And it was packed. We had a great opener and support that night, and it was the pictures, though, man. The pictures I got from that show, there's just so many good ones that a good photographer, a good music photographer, just, nothing like it.
That's amazing, dude. I was just sitting here thinking about how cool that must have looked with the Liquid Lights. We've done one show with Liquid Lights, and you can never tell how cool it is while you're playing on stage. But the footage and stuff afterwards is so awesome. Have you been watching that live from the Mojave Desert thing?
Yeah, I've been catching bits of it. Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah,
Like
Mad
really cool
Alchemy
stuff.
is doing that out there too, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, that's probably the coolest place you can do it.
Fuck
Well, we
yeah.
got our own bit of desert, but
Right. Are you into the desert rock stuff, man? Do you like Brant Bjork, all that Palm Desert stuff? I'm really into all that.
oh, dude. So our the last year of the festival that we did was, God, who did we have out? We had Yawning Man, Fatso Jetson. We had God, Black Heat, 30-Year Experience was out there, and those are all bands from the desert.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely we're definitely engaged and have played out that way, and you know, throwing some shows with those folks for sure. There's a good vibe out there for there's an interesting vibe. There's a good vibe, and there's also some weird parts of that vibe of that scene out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we've had a blast playing shows out with all those folks.
That's so cool, dude. So, are you gonna do another one once everything's in the clear? I mean, I know the future's uncertain right now, but are you planning to do another Fuzz Fiesta thing?
And we might, you know, I mean, at this point, there's no guarantees, right? We have turned inward to kind of focus on our music and put some stuff out. So we did our Get It Together album, released. It's almost, you know, it's 2019 late. So it's, you know, it's coming on over a year already.
I know this last year just went right by, man. It seems like last year didn't even happen, you know.
Tell me about it. And so we're working on some new material and to get something together and hopefully go out and record. We want to go out and do something again with Paul, with Fig, because God, just, you know, there's just a little edge, right, when you get to in those kind of studios with a good engineer that just makes the sound so much better than recording it yourself or something along those lines.
Oh yeah,
but we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what this if we can get our act together and kick COVID in the ass, and we'll go from there, right?
For sure, man. I'm looking forward to that as well. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on, man. And I really loved your video. I enjoyed your video. I just got in touch with you earlier today. It's Sunday right now. We're going to be putting this out tomorrow. You know, so this was really short notice, but I feel like it's a cool video, and I wanted to push this out real fast, keep it fresh, you know?
Well, I really appreciate you getting a hold of us and linking up, and you know, we'll stay in touch.
Most definitely, man. Once they open everything up, man, we should get together and play some shows or something.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys are killer. I love your sound. You know, you have lots of obviously some influences that are some of my favorite influences. When you start getting into like Clutch and Fu Manchu, and I can hear some of that like ode to it.
Oh yeah,
come out in music. Lots of movement, lots of energy.
Those are the top two bands that I tell people, like, we're kind of like a mixture of like Clutch, but with like some Fu Manchu in there. But thanks, man. That's crazy you say that. Well, how do I say your last name, Joey? Rudell?
Yeah, Rudell. Yep.
All right, cool, man. Well, Joey, it's good to be formally acquainted with you, even though we do it over a podcast like this. I'm looking forward to catching you guys live one day, and I'm looking forward to hearing your new stuff once you start releasing.
Cool, man. And thanks to you, and thanks again. And don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, man. No problem, Joey. Well, you got my number, man. Reach out to me anytime.
Absolutely. Will do, man.
Have a good day, brother.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.